So if you guys have your stuff on, get logged in, because I'm not waiting.
I can't get it to work, but that's okay.
You refresh it.
Yeah.
I'll try
Log
back
back
in.
in. So Hillary, you're logged in.
Yep.
I'm about to in. I'm in.
Yep.
I got it.
I got Catherine, I got Hillary. I have Rusty,
You didn't preach.
Catherine,
Get on the podium. Yeah, every year, every meeting. Just waste some pieces of time. Campaigning from the diet.
Are you guys-
Really tacky.
Are you guys logged in?
Yeah.
Okay.
everybody up here is logged in.
And trust me, I've gone through the budget very thoroughly.
I have two.
And I've
Suzanne,
asked my questions.
Let's go
and
ahead
had
and start. I don't
explanations.
want to wait for everyone.
And if a couple has questions, they should ask this.
It's just like flashing and.
Yeah. So that gives them time.
Didn't do anything, it's whatever you
Necessarily
did.
public record.
Okay, council, are you ready for me to take roll
Yeah.
call? Okay, Mayor Labar,
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Case,
Here.
Councilmember Connors,
He's present. He's present.
Yeah.
On the way.
Councilmember Harvey.
Here.
Councilmember Nakai,
Here.
Councilmember Neal,
Here.
Councilmember Zulawaga.
He is present, so I'm sure he'll be on his way.
Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, this evening, we have item 3A, which is consideration of appointment to the planning commission, and the applicant is Cole Middleton. And Suzanne is presenting that for us.
Thank you, Mayor. As Mayor knows, we currently have some vacancies on the Planning Commission. As a matter of fact, we have two vacancies. We continually advertise for these positions, and we've been fortunate enough to receive an application from a citizen interested in being on the committee. He originally applied for either the Planning Commission or the DDA. And I spoke with him on the phone, and he doesn't meet the requirements to be on the DDA, but does meet the requirements to be on the Planning Commission. There's two terms that are vacant, and both of the terms expire January of 2026. So if he was appointed this evening, he would fulfill the term to January of 2026. The applicant's name is Cole Middleton, and I believe he's with us there he is. I haven't met him personally, but there he is. So he's here for you to interview and talk to and make
Very
your
good.
decision.
Cole, if you wouldn't mind just coming up to the podium for us. And the council is just going to ask you some basic questions. And if you wouldn't mind just letting us know a little bit about yourself and why you're interested to join the planning commission. And we've all had a chance to review your application also.
Yeah, a little bit about me. I've been a resident of Woodland Park for a little over a year now. As she mentioned, there are a lot of vacancies on the committee. And I felt that I should apply as I am in my final year of grad school and I have the time to volunteer and give. And I don't have any children, so it just seemed like a good opportunity to give back to the city.
Very good. Council, you have questions or comments for Cole?
What are you studying for your master's?
I'm doing an MBA in finance.
Oh, I have one. Congratulations.
Cole, you've heard us discuss the comprehensive plan. Some people refer to it as the strategic plan. What is your familiarity with that document?
I've reviewed it twice, not super in depth, but I've read it, the whole document.
Did you participate in the compilation of that document?
No, ma'am.
Thank you.
So Cole, why do you want to do this?
Like I said, I don't have any children. We've been up here for a year now. I left the military. It's a new environment for me. And when we decided to, leave the military and come here, I just wanted to continue to serve and give back. And like I said, I have the time, so, it just felt like something I wanted to do.
Awesome. So why the planning commission as opposed to Keep Woodland Park Beautiful or one of the other committees?
I'm a project manager. I went back and I reviewed a lot of the last 3 months of videos from the planning committee. They worked on a lot of technical documents, and things like that. And that just felt like something I was much more familiar with and able to get up to speed more quickly on.
Okay, thank you.
Have you attended or watched some of the planning commission meetings?
Yes, I reviewed the last 3 months or so.
So you know how tediously boring they
Yes.
are. Okay.
I do that for a job too, so.
Don, my hat's off to you for sitting through those things.
A personal question. You said you served in the military. What branch of the service?
I did 10 years in the Army. I did 10 years in the Army.
What was your MOS?
I was a medic.
Thank you very much for your service.
Anything further? No? Okay, very good. Can I get a motion then for Cole?
I'll move to approve the appointment of Cole Middleton to the Planning Commission for the term expiring January 2026.
I'll second.
Okay, council, you may go ahead and vote.
Okay.
Thank you for your service and thank you for applying.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Yeah, we need people interested in technically boring things to apply for the planning commission. So I'm glad we found one.
Yeah, when you get done with the planning commission, you can apply to the BOA.
Okay.
Did everybody vote?
They did not. I need Mayor Pro Tem Case and Councilmember Neal to vote.
I have not received the,
I didn't receive it, but I'll vote yes.
I'm a yes also.
Thank you, council. Motion is passed unanimously. With mayor's permission, may I administer the oath of
Please.
office? Thank you. Okay, we're gonna get you sworn in tonight so you can get ready and get busy working. So how do you want to do it? Raise your right hand. I, Cole Middleton, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and of the state of Colorado, the charter and ordinances of the city of Woodland Park, and faithfully perform the duties of the office of member of the planning commission, upon which I'm about to enter. Congratulations. And if you wanted to chat with the gentleman in the purple hoodie, he's one of your planning commission. Thank you.
Sorry, off to item 3B. And that is a proclamation of the city of Woodland Park declaring November 15th, 2023 as Artist Sunday. And we do have Gail Gross here this evening who will let us know a little bit about what that means, if she doesn't mind.
I can, but it's actually November 26th.
Oh, whoops. Oh. That's an easy fix.
I don't even know if November 15th is a Sunday.
Good point.
So Artist Sunday is a event that started 3 years ago or 4 years ago. It started in 2020 and it's a national movement. It is to recognize artists that are in communities and doing this during the busy holiday season. And in Woodland Park, I've been hosting an Artist Sunday event since 2021. And this year it's going to be at the Cultural Center. And it is from 11 to 3 on November 26th. And there are artists that set up, but they also demonstrate what they do. We have musicians and we just have a great day where we can show the community what art is all about.
Very good. And the proclamation has the dates right, so we don't need to worry. So I'm going to go ahead and read the proclamation, and it's one of those where there's a bunch of whereases, so. Artist Sunday, whereas the city of Woodland Park, Colorado celebrates our local artists and the contributions they make to our local economy and community. And whereas the arts enrich our lives and enhance the cultural fabric of our community, and whereas Artist Sunday is a national event that celebrates and supports artists of all kinds and encourages the purchase of original artwork from artists. And whereas our community recognizes the important contributions of artists to our economy, our education system, and our quality of life. And whereas our city is home to many talented artists whose work deserves recognition and support. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Hillary LaBarre, Mayor of Woodland Park, do hereby proclaim the Sunday following Thanksgiving as Artist Sunday. I urge all residents to celebrate this day by exploring the works of local artists and considering the purchase of original artwork. Supporting our artists not only benefits them, but also contributes to the growth and vitality of our community. Let us come together to celebrate the creativity and diversity of our local artists and to show our appreciation for their valuable contributions to our city, done this second day of November, 2023 in Woodland Park, Colorado.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for bringing it to our attention.
Thank you, Gail.
All right. We have no item number 4, and number 5 is consent calendar. And council, are you comfortable with taking all of them in one motion, or was there any issue with any of them?
You have a couple of questions on 3 of them, so.
Okay. Not A?
Is good. A and C, if you want to vote for them together, that's fine. C. A and C.
Why not B?
Oh, I put a check mark by it. A, B, and C are fine. Yep.
Okay, Suzanne, is that all right if we take A, B, and C together?
Council can do whatever they want. That is.
I just mean for the sake of your
Fine,
electronic.
I'm gonna do, it'll be a manual vote though.
Okay,
Okay, so I just need a motion to consider A, B, and C on the consent calendar.
I'll make
I
a,
move to-
go
I
ahead.
so moved.
I'll second it.
Okay. LeVar,
yes.
Case,
Yes.
Neil,
Yes.
Zulawaga,
Yes.
Nakai,
Yes.
Connors,
Yes.
Harvey.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you. Robert, you had a question on D?
Yeah, I have 3. The loader, is that what we see reflected in the budget as being every year they get a new loader? Is that the expense we have on the loader, which was, this is so small, I can't see it here, but let's try. There we go. We paid out this month or last month, I don't, was it 34,000 or something like that?
Pretty close, yes.
Pretty close to that, yeah. And is that program?
Yes,
It is that program.
it is.
So is that a quarterly fee, a monthly, or is that
Annual.
that's an annual amount? Okay,
And it varies a little bit each year just based on, because one year the big loader is replaced. The following year, the small loader is replaced. So there's a small difference in cost between the two. But yes, both of those are on that same program.
on that same program, which we see in the budget.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. The second one is on Velocity and Wagner. So am I guessing those 2 vendors are for the booster station?
Yes, sir.
And what's the status? Are we like finished it, the booster station? Because that's about $200,000 between the 2 of those.
Yep, so that's about a $1.2 million contract, and those are the monthly pay apps. So the Wagner is the generator. If you recall, when we approved the contract, we reduced the scope about by 100,000 because we went out and purchased the Wagner generator, where we were gonna use an older generator that had low hours and build a building around it, but it was cheaper to buy a new generator instead of build the building. So that's the Wagner purchase. The Velocity, you will continue to see a couple more of those come through. Hopefully substantial completion will be around the 16th of this month. and final completion around the end of the month.
Oh, good. Okay. Thanks. And the last one is the consulting. So we have a consultant, Columbia, for the position of city manager, but who's the Points Consulting, which is about $8,900?
Points Consulting is the housing needs assessment.
Housing needs assessment. Thank you. That's all.
I'll make a motion to approve the September statement of expenditures.
Sure. I'll second.
Thank you. We're gonna have to do this manually as well. We're having some technical difficulties.
Okay.
here. Case,
Yes.
Neil,
Yes.
Zulawaga,
Yes.
Nakai,
Yes.
Connors,
Yes.
Harvey,
Yes.
Labar.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you.
Okay. Questions on E?
Yeah, just one question on E. So the additional drainage analysis on Browning, is that where is that drainage going to be evaluated? Just there by Foxworth or further up? What's the kind of, and then what's your expected result of that? It wasn't in the initial planning. What's your expected result of spending extra to do that?
So we asked for a full scope of what it would take to do that entire street. Our consultant at the time didn't think we needed a drainage report, but as they've dug into it, and with the connection down at the bottom of the hill with CDOT, it was brought to our attention that we need to do a full evaluation of that entire stretch.
Because it drains down onto CDOT.
Yes.
Okay. And when you have that, is that likely to change your scope of work on the actual full reclamation of Browning?
I'm hoping not, but we'll see. So I bet this is Ben's kind of expertise here in his project. I'm just filling in for
Stepping
him
in for
tonight.
it. Okay.
And that's my knowledge of what's going on with that. So.
Okay, thank you. That's all, Mayor.
Can I get a motion for E?
I'll make a motion to approve the additional $68,328 for the drainage analysis.
I'll second.
Extension.
I'll second.
Thank you. Neil,
Yes.
Zulawaga,
Yes.
Nakai,
Yes.
Connors,
Yes.
Harvey,
Yes.
Labar,
Yes.
Case.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you, Council.
All right.
Okay, then we're off to item 6. Suzanne, do you have anyone signed up?
I do. Our first speaker this evening is Kitten. I apologize. It's Kitten Walker. We're on a first name basis now, so. Kitten, would you mind just saying your name and what municipality you live in? That's what we have to get, not your street address.
I realize that I rarely do that. so
That's why
thank
I'm
you for
just
the
saying, if we
reminder.
can just say that, that'd
Yeah,
be great.
Okay, so Kitten Walker, I live on Evergreen Heights Drive in Woodland Park. Is that good?
That's perfect. You don't even have to tell us your street, just that
Oh.
you live in Woodland. But
I
that's,
live in Woodland Park. So, I would like to thank Councilman Zulawaga for, really going to bat for the citizens on the mill levy issue. I would like to see a 5.5, but I know that that's, you know, that's just not realistic. But 3.75, I appreciate that. And I appreciate Councilman Connors suggesting 3.5. It really tells me that you care about the citizens. I actually don't know who made the comment that they're not going to pander to the citizens over pennies, but I found that appalling.
Oh, you know who it was. It was me.
I found that appalling that you would say that. As a citizen, I just, that is so inappropriate for a councilman to make that comment. So anyway, that's really all I wanted to say. I didn't have anything prepared. But I'm just going to end with a prayer. So Father, I just lift up this council right now in Jesus' name. And I know that they have a lot of work to do. They have a lot of decisions to make. And I also know that they were voted in on behalf of the citizens. And I just ask that hearts would be changed and that they would see their position as the voice of the citizens and not the voice of themselves. So I just thank you, Lord, that this council does work hard, and I appreciate that. And I just say this in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you.
The next speaker this evening is Tim Northrop. Just name and municipality.
got it. Thank you, Suzanne.
Thank you.
I wrote it on my paper.
For safety reasons, we don't ask for people to give their street address any longer.
Cool. Good evening. My name's Tim and I'm in Woodland Park right now, and that's where I live. I wanted to share with you a concern that I witnessed over some of the previous council meetings. One thing I've noticed, like during public comment time, is that when we have speakers that have voiced their opinion and then other people speaking after them have stated different opinions and sometimes even stating the first person's name, but the first speaker then has not been given a chance to refute anything the second person has commented on. So whoever goes first during public comment time might get spoken in about comments coming after them, but the first speaker then has no voice in the debate at that point. I've been to the Teller County Commissioners meetings. They run their meetings a little differently, but they also have a time for public comment. They'll allow someone to speak for 3 minutes, then the commissioners will speak as much time as they want. Could be not hours, but they could speak for a while. But they would also, then they do give a 30-minute rebuttal time. So that would be very helpful. And I believe that Levy was mayor. You know, he would give someone a short time of rebuttal too, sometimes, if I remember right from previous times. So I'd like to think about how you could also allow for a short time of rebuttal. You know, if someone or their opinion gets called out during public comment time, giving the first speaker a short time to refute what was spoken about them in their comments, that would give the public will then know that the council is concerned about, you know, their thoughts and their concerns about everybody's opinions and willing to give them a time to speak and to rebut if necessary. Thank you.
Thank you.
No more speakers on this topic.
Okay. All right, we don't have a 7, we don't have an 8, and we don't have a 9. Off to 10A, that's resolution 909, and our city clerk is presenting that.
And just so you know, Mayor, when I'm done, there is someone signed up for comment on this.
Okay.
As council, for those of you that have been on council before during an election, as you will recall, every year we have an election. It's my duty to bring to you the form and method of the election that we'll be using. So before you this evening is resolution number 909, series 2023, which is establishing the form and the procedures for the December 12th, 2023 special election. This is no different than any other year. It's the same resolution saying that the special municipal election for the city of Woodland Park is held on December 12th, 2023, shall be conducted as a mail ballot election following the Colorado state statutes concerning mail ballot elections and utilizing rules and regulations by the Secretary of State for the conduct of mail ballot elections. That the method of voting shall be the Secretary of State approved ES&S voting systems under the direct supervision of the designated election official for the city of Woodland Park, which would be myself, City Clerk Suzanne Leclerc. That's the resolution before you this evening.
Okay, council, any questions or comments?
Only one, it's not on the resolution, but when can the citizens expect to get their ballot in the mail?
It's a great question. The week of November 20th, they will begin, that's a Monday. So they mail them out in batches, excuse me. So there'll be a few thousand on Monday, a few thousand on Tuesday, and so forth.
Thank you.
Okay. Suzanne, who do we have signed up for?
We have
public?
Mr. Northrop.
Okay.
Thank you again, Tim Northrop in Woodland Park. Talking about budget items and line items and reducing costs. Now, I guess first off, this is certainly nothing against the clerk. I was a watcher at the last municipal election, and I thought it was very well run, so this has nothing to do with that. But just talking about budget and numbers, knowing that cost about $7,000 2 years ago for a machine, certainly more than that now. And I'm just saying, I don't see why you can't do a hand count. This is a very small election. All we got to do is check yes or no. It's not like we have a long ballot. So I'm opposed to this, using a machine only, we're talking costs here. It may not be a lot, but it's a line item and we can reduce the cost. We're just talking, so if it's $7,000, it's only, I don't know, I can't remember. I don't have the figures in front of me. It's probably less than 1,000 for wages. So you're saving money. So just want to put that on record that for this election, it's very small. And I think we should just do a hand count instead. I'm all for, having my neighbors count my votes instead of a machine. I'm all for neighbors. Thank you.
Thank you. Council, can I get a motion on
Well,
10A?
Mayor, can I just say something? I know we're not to respond when it's public comment, but I just want to say that this is pretty far down the road. You make some good points, but this is really pretty far down the road in terms of changing something like that midstream. That would have certainly been a good comment to make before it came to here. I know it's a procedural thing, but just to let you know, Suzanne has done a good job putting the pieces together on this, and changing horses in the middle might be a little bit tough. So, but it's a worthy thing to look at in future. I agree.
Full disclosure, I do have to say that Mr. Northrop did come to my office well in advance of the special election.
Oh.
He did present to me a spreadsheet with his point of views. And we had the discussion, but we never had the discussion about this election, just his philosophy and ideas on it, and showed me his spreadsheet. So he did, I just need to say that out loud, that he did come many, many months ago to talk about this with me.
Suzanne, how many election workers do you have if you had to have a hand count?
Well, I don't know.
Just theoretically.
I mean, I don't know the answer to that, Mayor. What would it mean? What would it mean? It would mean, I did some advantages of the, my perspective of advantages of the voting machines as opposed to the judges hand counting. And I have a couple of little notes here. The efficiency and speed is expedited by the machines. We
Right.
start counting election day,
Right.
where in this case, we'd have to start days before counting.
Right.
Like, it also, I believe, the machines reduce human error. Because it could be human error with the, hand counting. I have confidence in the machines. I know that they're very controversial. Machines both versus your neighbors doing it. They're designed to minimize human errors in vote tallying, and they can prevent overvotes and undervotes with the machines, because the machines are all programmed to do that. The other thing about the machines is accessibility for ADA considerations. We have machines set up so if someone comes in and needs to vote that has a disability, we have machines, those machines are set up and they can help people with disabilities. Also, there's language options. So if I have someone that comes in and English isn't their first language, the machines are set up to interpret and do different languages for people. And then the verification, it comes out with a paper trail. For any of you that have watched the election, when we press tally, it comes out with a long paper trail of how everyone voted. It's no names on it, of course, but it tallies that way. And then it reduces subjectivity. When there's a ballot and if someone didn't shade something in, correctly, the judges sit there and they have to decide, well, what do they mean by this? Where the machine automatically picks up the subjectivity part of the count. That's just my philosophy and my 2 cents. Every election since I've been here has always been with the machine. So I can't tell you how long it would take to count. I've never had an election where we've hand counted. Doesn't mean we can't do it. I just have never had that experience. So I can't answer that question, Mayor.
Question, so do you lease the machine or?
We do. We lease the machines.
And it is not Dominion, correct?
No, these are called AccuVote.
And how many ballots will go out to registered voters in?
So we'll
Woodland
send
Park?
out about 7,000, 6,500 to, Jerry probably knows the right number, 6,500 to 7,000 ballots. I'll get the list. There's a time that I have to request, there's a point and date certain that I have to request the list from the county clerk. She will provide it to me. That goes to the mail ballot company, and the number on that day is the number that they send.
Thank you.
Then people can come in and they can register after that, pick up ballots, etc. But the initial mailing will be about 6,500 to 7,000 ballots.
And Suzanne, since this is a city-only vote, will there only be one drop-off or will there be multiple
Just here.
drop-offs?
Just right in front, so they can mail them or they could come in personally. A lot of people love to come in and visit Christy Huber at the front desk. She'll give them an I voted sticker. And then we also have a 24/7 box out front that's monitored by camera 24/7.
Thanks.
And Suzanne, has the machine already been leased?
Yes.
Yes, Suzanne, I had someone text me today asking, interestingly enough, who our printer is.
I had that.
Seriously, I did.
I can tell you who that person is. I won't say it out loud because they emailed me the same question.
Okay,
So our vendor for our ballots, the name of the company is called Sea Change, SEA Change. And we've used them for the last several years and we've had no issues.
Where are they based?
I think they're based in Minnesota. Yeah, they're based in Minnesota because that's where I think the ballots are mailed from.
thank you. I just thought that I should say that in public because I'm sure everyone,
Yes.
well, everyone got a chuckle out of it, of course. So thank you for that.
Anything further, council? Can I get a motion, please?
Mayor, I'll make a motion to approve resolution 909 series 2023 as presented.
I'll second.
Zulawaga,
Yes.
Nakai,
Yes.
Connors,
Yes.
Harvey,
Yes.
Labar,
Yes.
Case,
Yes.
Neil.
Yes.
Thank you, council. Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you, Suzanne. All right, we are off to reports and I just have a couple dates. Friday, November 10th at 6:30 to 8 PM at the Ute Pass Cultural Center is local favorite Friday night Create and Chill. A 21 plus, no pressure paint and art class featuring relaxing music and fun projects with a little wine on the side. First glass of wine and all materials is included and you can register on the Parks and Rec website. And registration is currently going on for hockey skills and drills and basketball at the rec center for first and second graders, co-ed, and fifth and eighth grade boys teams. And you can register at the Parks and Rec website as well. And I also just wanted to take a moment because I know there are more things coming, but to thank the sponsors of the Hallapalooza that was held at the park this last weekend for all the trick or treaters and to thank our Parks and Rec staff and police officers and everyone that attended. It was really fun. And I think Suzanne said something like we handed out like over 400 bags.
We had 450 bags, but there were way more people than bags.
Yeah, yeah. So anyways, it was a great time and I just want to thank staff and everyone for putting that on and preparing it. So that's all I have. Councilmember Case.
Yes, council, I would just like to thank all of you because I know you all have worked hard and all of us are giving back to the citizens of the community. with, at this point, a 2.5% mill levy reduction by means of a credit on your property tax bill that you will receive next year. Thank you, council, for that and for the good discussion. We are all giving back to the community.
I have nothing. The DDA meeting is this coming Tuesday.
Oh, boy. Okay. Councilmember Zulawaga.
Keep Woodland Park beautiful. I was not there at the meeting this month. However, something you can expect is that we've been reviewing the, our operating documents. And Suzanne actually attended and was surprised at how the Keep Woodland Park Beautiful committee is functioning. The only problem and the reason it's coming before you is right now, to get any business done on Keep Woodland Park Beautiful, you need 9 votes. And there's just not even that many people on the committee. So one of the charter changes is to change it to like 5, I think. So, and we only have 4 active members right now. So if anyone in the community likes to keep Woodland Park beautiful and you want to apply, like Cole did earlier, please do. And so I'm not sure when that's going to come. It probably has to go through you first, doesn't it, Jeff?
It's already it's Nina and Eric are reviewing it.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Yes.
Very good. And that's all I have to report.
Councilmember Nakai.
I have nothing other than you don't have to live in Woodland Park to be on Keep Woodland Park Beautiful. You just,
It's one of the few.
one of the few. You can live in the
Councilmember Connors.
county, you can live, yeah.
Sorry.
So that's all I have.
Okay, Councilmember Connors.
Thank you, Mayor. November 9th at the Teller County Commissioners meeting at around 9:45, they're going to be doing the proclamation for Teller County to be a Purple Heart Society. So that's good for them and us. On November the 11th, on Veterans Day, we have the Veterans Dinner, which is at 5 p.m. at the Ute Pass Center. All veterans and family are welcome. Roy's Barbecue's putting on the fixins, so stop by and have dinner. That's all I have. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. Councilmember Harvey.
I don't have a personal report, but since we're now going into the city attorney's report, I'd like to ask the city attorney to give us an update on the intergovernmental agreement machinations with the school district.
There hasn't been a lot of new development since I last reported. You'll recall I last received a communication from the district where they were softening a bit on some of our substantive proposals in the IGA and also agreeable to the meeting that you all proposed with the board. So I relayed that back to the attorney for the district and explained that you all were very interested still in meeting with them and that we were going to be working on that after the November election.
Thank you.
Anything else to report? Okay. Aaron.
I have nothing else. Thank you.
Oh, how does the man in the moon put his nose hairs?
Do you have anything?
Just a reminder that
It was the sun that is
Suzanne.
most recent, right?
just a reminder now, council, we have a work session Thursday at 4:30.
Okay, very good. Thank you. This meeting is adjourned.